All right, so you're getting ready for a Spot Welder interview.
Awesome.
We're going to take a deep dive into RoleCatcher's intel
Yeah.
to help you totally nail it.
Absolutely.
Spot welding, if you think about it, you're using electricity and heat
Right.
to fuse metal together.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool stuff.
It is.
And the demand for this skill,
Oh, yeah.
it's through the roof.
Huge demand.
Cars to planes to construction.
All sorts of industries.
All sorts of industries need these skilled spot welders.
It's a field just ripe with opportunity.
Yeah,
And the insights we uncover today, I
Yeah.
think, can really give you a leg up.
for sure.
So let's start with a common question that you might encounter. What experience do you have with spot welding?
Okay, so that sounds pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
But I bet there's a little more to it than just listing off
Right.
every welding project you've ever done.
Exactly.
Yeah,
The interviewer is looking for demonstrated knowledge and experience that aligns with their needs. So instead of just saying, I've done some spot welding,
Yeah.
think about how you can tailor your response.
Okay,
Did you go through a specific training program?
right.
Or maybe you've worked on a project that required really precise welding on thin sheet metal.
Yeah.
Those are the details that make your experience stand out.
Okay, so it's about connecting the dots between your skills and what they need.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
It does.
And speaking of connecting the dots,
Yeah,
RoleCatcher's AI can actually help you do just that.
absolutely.
So tell me about that.
RoleCatcher can analyze job descriptions and highlight keywords and skills
Okay.
that employers are looking for.
Uh-huh.
This can help you focus your preparation and tailor your answers to hit those key points.
So it's kind of like a personalized cheat sheet
Yes.
for your interview.
Exactly.
Oh, that's incredible.
It's really helpful.
All right, let's move on to another question you might encounter. How do you ensure the quality of your spot welds?
Quality control. Paramount in welding.
Right.
A single faulty weld can have serious consequences.
Yeah, for sure.
So the interviewer wants to know that you understand this
Uh-huh.
and that you have a really systematic approach to ensuring quality.
Okay.
Think about specific techniques you've used.
Yeah.
Have you used visual inspection,
Okay.
destructive testing,
Mm-hmm.
ultrasonic testing?
Yeah.
Maybe you've worked with data analysis tools to track and improve weld quality.
So it's not just about saying, I make sure the welds look good.
Right.
It's more about showcasing.
Exactly. It's about your knowledge of those quality control measures
Right.
and your commitment to producing really top-notch work.
Right. And doing it right.
Yes,
And this is another area where RoleCatcher can be incredibly helpful.
it is.
You can practice your answers,
Yes.
get personalized feedback
Right.
on how to make them even stronger.
The AI might suggest adding more specific examples, clarifying technical terms, or even refining your delivery.
So it's like a virtual interview coach.
Exactly. Right in your pocket. Right in your pocket. Amazing. All right, let's tackle another question. How do you interpret welding blueprints and specifications?
Okay, blueprints. These are the roadmap for any welding project.
Right.
The interviewer here wants to assess your ability to understand technical drawings, identify any potential issues, and then ensure that the final product meets those exact specifications.
So it's not just about being able to read the drawings, but also
Right.
thinking critically about them.
Thinking critically and being able to anticipate problems.
Anticipate problems, yeah.
Right. Have you used any specialized software for blueprint interpretation,
Okay.
like CAD programs? Maybe you have experience with geometric dimensioning and tolerancing.
Okay.
You want to highlight those skills.
Right.
And if you can think back to a specific instance
Yeah.
where you spotted an error on a blueprint
Yeah.
or had to adjust your approach based on the specifications,
Yeah.
share that story.
It shows you're not just a reader.
Right.
You're a problem solver.
Right, you're thinking.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a great tip.
Yes.
Stories make things come to life.
They do.
Speaking of stories, let's move on to a question that often calls for that. Can you describe a time when you had to troubleshoot a welding issue?
Oh, this is a classic behavioral question.
Yep.
It's designed to assess your problem-solving skills and your ability to think on your feet.
Okay.
They're looking for a specific example that showcases your technical expertise and your ability to take initiative.
Okay.
So think back to a challenging situation you faced.
Right.
What was the problem?
Okay.
What steps did you take to diagnose it?
Yeah.
How did you ultimately resolve it?
So that's where the STAR method
Yes.
really comes in handy.
The STAR method can be really helpful here.
Yeah.
Situation,
Yeah.
task, action, result. Yeah. It provides a really nice framework for structuring your response.
Keep it concise.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And RoleCatcher can actually guide you through the STAR method.
Oh, wow.
Helping you craft that compelling narrative that highlights your skills and achievements.
So it takes the guesswork out of it.
It does.
And helps you really shine.
It helps you present your experience in the best possible light.
That's so helpful.
Yes.
All right.
That's really useful.
Awesome.
But remember, the interviewer isn't just looking for a technically proficient welder.
Right.
They're also looking for someone who is adaptable, resourceful, and can handle those unexpected challenges.
Right. They want to know you can think on your feet.
Yes, exactly.
All right, let's shift gears a bit and talk about the equipment side of things.
Okay.
A common question is, have you worked with different types of welding equipment?
This question is about versatility.
Oh,
the more comfortable you are with different types of equipment, the more valuable you are to an employer. Think about the various machines you've used. From basic spot welders to more advanced robotic systems.
Right.
Have you received any specialized training on specific equipment?
Yeah.
Highlight these details.
So it's also a good opportunity to show off your problem-solving skills again. Yeah. Have you ever had to troubleshoot equipment malfunctions?
Right.
Keep things moving.
Those are the kind of stories that demonstrate your resourcefulness.
Yeah, you're a valuable asset to the team.
Employers value employees who can think on their feet and solve problems independently.
Exactly.
Now, let's maybe switch gears and delve into a question that tests your theoretical knowledge.
Okay.
Can you explain the differences between MIG, TIG, and stick welding?
The welding trifecta.
Yeah.
Even though this deep dive is focusing on spot welding, understanding these fundamental techniques shows that you have a broader understanding of the field.
Exactly. So brush up on your welding theory.
Right.
Know the advantages and disadvantages of each technique. And be prepared to give a clear and concise explanation.
Okay.
For instance, you could mention how MIG welding is known for its speed and versatility.
Okay.
While TIG welding is ideal for precision work on thinner materials.
And don't be afraid to relate it back to spot welding.
That's a great point.
Right.
Connecting those dots shows you're not just memorizing facts.
Right.
But you're applying your knowledge in a practical way.
You're thinking critically.
Exactly.
All right, we've covered a lot of ground already.
We have.
Before we move on to the next set of questions, I want to touch upon something you mentioned earlier.
Okay.
The work environment.
Yes.
That's important.
Very important.
For any job seeker.
It is.
So the work environment for a spot welder can vary quite a bit.
It can.
Depending on the industry and the specific company.
Exactly.
You could be working in a large-scale manufacturing plant, a smaller welding shop, or even on a construction site.
Right.
And the conditions can vary too. Some settings might be clean and climate-controlled, while others might be noisier and involve exposure to heat, fumes, or dust.
That's right.
So that's where RoleCatcher's career guides provide valuable insights.
Absolutely.
They offer information about typical work environments for various welding roles.
It helps you get a sense of what to expect.
Okay, so if you're someone who thrives in a fast-paced, hands-on environment, you might be drawn to a role in a manufacturing plant.
Exactly.
But if you prefer a quieter, more controlled setting, a smaller welding shop might be a better fit.
Exactly.
So it's all about finding the right environment for you.
The right environment for your personality and your work style.
Your personality and work style.
Absolutely.
And don't be afraid to ask questions about the work environment.
During the interview, it shows that you're thoughtful.
Right.
And you're interested in finding the right fit.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Okay, so let's dive back into those interview questions.
Right.
Safety is always a top priority in welding.
Right.
So be prepared for a question like, what safety procedures do you follow when spot welding?
This isn't the time to be vague.
No.
You really want to...
They want specifics.
Yeah.
The interviewer wants to see that you understand the potential hazards and you have a very strong commitment to safety. So think about specific safety practices you've implemented in the past.
Okay.
Wearing appropriate personal protective equipment like welding helmets, gloves, and fire-resistant clothing, that's essential.
Right. And ventilation and hazard identification.
Yes.
Knowing how to handle sparks, fumes and hot materials safely.
That's right.
Is critical.
Critical.
And you know what? This is another area where you can leverage RoleCatcher's AI-powered feedback.
Yes, you can.
Practice your answer and get personalized tips on how to make it even stronger.
It might even suggest you add a specific example or refine your language to make it even stronger.
So it's like having a virtual mentor.
That's a great way to think about it.
Who's always there to guide you.
Yes.
And help you improve.
Right.
All right. So we've covered a lot of ground.
We have.
In this first part.
Of
our deep dive.
We've
tackled some of the most common spot welder interview questions.
Yes.
Discussed the importance of tailoring your answers.
Absolutely.
And even explored how RoleCatcher's AI can help you prepare.
Right.
Like a pro.
Like a pro.
We've also touched upon the importance of considering the work environment.
Yeah.
And understanding the various career paths.
That's right.
Available in the welding field.
Exactly.
But our deep dive isn't over yet.
That's right.
In the next part, we'll delve into even more interview strategies.
We will.
And provide you with actionable advice.
Yes.
To help you stand out from the competition.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's pick up where we left off and dive into some more interview insights.
Okay, sounds good.
A question that you might encounter is, how do you ensure that the welds meet the required specifications?
Okay.
This might sound kind of familiar to the quality control question we discussed earlier,
right?
But it has a slightly different focus.
Okay, I see what you mean. So it's not just about general quality checks,
right?
But making sure that those welds meet the precise requirements of that specific project.
It's like the difference between just baking a delicious cake and baking a cake that perfectly matches a specific recipe.
Oh, I like that.
Right.
A good analogy.
So the interviewer wants to know that you can not only spot those inconsistencies, but also take those steps to correct them.
Okay.
So think about situations where you had to adjust machine settings, change welding techniques, or even collaborate with engineers to troubleshoot a particularly tricky weld.
So it's about showing off your adaptability.
Yes.
Problem-solving skills.
Yeah.
And willingness to go the extra mile.
Absolutely.
To meet those needs.
That's what they're looking for.
Yeah, and this is another area where RoleCatcher's AI can be incredibly helpful, right?
Very helpful.
They can help you analyze the job description and pinpoint the specific skill and experience that the employer is looking for.
That they're looking for.
So you can tailor your answers and highlight the aspects of your experience that are most relevant
to their needs.
It's like having a personal assistant.
It is.
Who helps you connect the dots between
your skills and the employer's expectations.
Yeah, your skills and what they're looking for.
Yes.
Brilliant. Okay, let's move on to another question that focuses on your technical expertise. Can you describe the different types of welding defects and how to prevent them?
Oh, this question is really designed to assess your depth of knowledge.
Okay.
The interviewer wants to know that you understand the common pitfalls of welding and can take those proactive steps to avoid them. So think about defects like porosity, cracks, undercuts, incomplete fusion.
Yeah.
Be prepared to explain what causes these defects and how you, as a skilled spot welder, would prevent them.
So it's not just about knowing what the defects are.
It's not just about the what.
But it's about
the why.
Yeah, why.
The how.
And how.
To fix it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this is where your knowledge of that welding theory really comes into play.
Comes in handy.
Understanding concepts like heat input penetration, material compatibility is crucial for preventing those defects.
And speaking of preventing problems, let's talk about equipment maintenance.
Okay.
How do you ensure that the welding equipment is properly maintained?
Equipment upkeep is so crucial for safety, efficiency, and producing those high-quality welds. The interviewer wants to know that you understand the importance of that regular maintenance and have a proactive approach
to keeping the equipment in tip-top shape.
In good working order.
Yes. So think about those specific maintenance tasks you've performed in the past.
Right.
Have you cleaned nozzles, replaced worn-out electrodes, calibrated machines? Have you ever maybe spotted a potential problem?
Right.
And taken steps to prevent a breakdown?
So you're not just an operator.
Exactly.
But you're a responsible, and proactive member of the team.
That's what they want to see.
And RoleCatcher
yes,
could help with this too.
It can. You can practice your answer.
Yeah.
And RoleCatcher's AI will analyze it for clarity, conciseness, and relevance to that job description.
So it's like having a virtual mentor.
It is like that.
Who's always there to help you.
Always there.
And guide you.
To guide you and help you improve.
Awesome. Okay, let's shift gears a bit.
Okay.
And talk about leadership.
Okay.
Even if you're not applying for a supervisory role, the interviewer might ask, have you ever trained other welders or apprentices?
Yeah, this question's about more than just leadership.
Okay.
It's also about your ability to communicate those technical concepts effectively.
Right.
And your willingness to share your knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
So have you ever mentored a colleague, provided guidance to a new hire, or even just explained a complex welding technique to someone that was struggling?
Right.
Those experiences demonstrate that you have strong communication skills and a collaborative spirit, which are so valuable in any workplace.
Right. Because you're going to be working on a team, most likely.
Exactly.
Right.
And remember, leadership isn't always about having that formal title.
That's true.
It's about taking initiative, helping others succeed, and contributing to a really positive team environment.
And being a good team player.
Exactly.
All right, let's move on to a question that's often asked towards the end of an interview. Do you have any questions for me? It seems like such a simple formality.
It does.
Yeah, but it's
a really great opportunity to make a lasting impression.
To show that you're really interested in the company.
Right.
And the role.
And the role, exactly.
So you want to avoid asking questions that could be easily answered on the website.
Yes. Exactly.
Like, what does your company do?
Right. Or how many employees do you have?
Yeah, exactly.
You really want to ask those insightful questions that demonstrate you've done your research and are eager to learn more.
Like what?
So you could ask about the company's future plans, specific projects they're working on, or even the interviewer's own experience working at a company.
Okay. So it shows that you've really thought about it.
It does.
And you're not just there to answer their questions.
Exactly. Yeah. You're there to learn more about them.
Awesome. Those are great suggestions.
Good.
Asking thoughtful questions shows that you are engaged.
Yes.
Curious.
Right.
And eager to contribute.
Exactly.
Speaking of contributing, let's take a moment to explore some of the exciting career paths available to spot welders.
I like it.
So RoleCatcher's career guides provide a well of information.
Lots of information.
About the various stages of a spot welder's career.
Absolutely.
You might start as an entry-level spot welder.
Right.
Focusing on basic machine operation, quality checks.
Right.
And then as you gain experience, you can progress to a junior spot welder role.
Taking on more responsibilities.
Yeah, taking on more responsibilities like
interpreting blueprints. Assisting and training new welders. From there, you might move into an experienced spot welder position where you'll tackle more complex projects.
Right.
Potentially even lead a small team. And down the line, you could even become a senior spot welder.
Wow.
Overseeing a whole welding department.
The whole thing.
Mentoring a new generation of welders.
It's fascinating to see
it is.
How this role evolves.
It's not just about the welding.
Right.
It's about problem solving, leadership, continuous learning.
Continuous learning always.
Always.
And RoleCatcher can help you.
Can help you stay ahead of the curve.
Stay ahead of the curve.
They have resources on those emerging trends in welding technology, industry news, even company profiles to help you make those really informed decisions about your career path.
Wow. So you're not just prepping for this interview.
Right.
But you're investing in your
long-term
career success.
Career success. That's great.
That's the goal.
All right, before we move on to the final part of our deep dive, let's quickly recap the key points we've covered in this section.
Sounds good.
We've tackled several more interview questions.
We have.
Focusing on problem solving, technical expertise, and leadership.
Yes.
We've also explored the importance of asking insightful questions.
Absolutely.
And discuss the various career paths.
That's right. Available to skilled spot welders.
It's a great field to be in.
Yeah.
So much opportunity.
Lots of opportunity.
And we've highlighted how RoleCatcher's AI-powered platform can help you personalize your preparation, get that feedback on your answers, and even explore those exciting career opportunities.
Explore those career opportunities.
That's right.
But our deep dive isn't over yet.
Not yet.
In the next part, we'll share some final tips.
Okay.
and resources to help you make a lasting impression.
All right.
And land that dream spot welding job.
Sounds good. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground.
We have.
From mastering those tricky interview questions to exploring all those exciting career paths that await skilled spot welders. Now let's maybe shift gears.
Okay.
Focus on some final tips that can help you make a lasting impression and truly shine in that interview.
Yeah, these are like the little things that can make a big difference.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like the finishing touches. Yeah.
On a perfectly welded joint.
Right.
They might seem small, but they complete the picture.
They do. They bring it all together.
So first and foremost, research the company.
Okay.
Go beyond just glancing at their website.
Right.
Dig a little deeper.
Okay, yeah. Research the company so you can tailor your answers to their specific needs.
Exactly.
Come up with those insightful questions to ask the interviewer.
Right. You want to show you're genuinely interested and that you've done your homework.
You've done your research.
You've done your research.
Yeah. And speaking of showing your interest, practice your answers out loud.
Yeah. Practice?
This is something I struggle with.
Yeah.
Because I feel so silly, like, talking myself.
I know.
But I know that it helps.
It does.
You sound more natural and confident during the interview.
You don't want to sound like you're reading from a script.
Right. It's like rehearsing for a play.
It is.
And you know what? RoleCatcher
can actually help with this.
It can. They have a mock interview feature.
Oh, wow.
Where you can practice answering common interview questions.
Okay.
And get feedback on your delivery, pacing, and clarity.
Well, that's great.
So it's like having that virtual interview coach.
Right there with you?
Right there with you.
That's amazing.
It's really helpful.
Okay, what other tips do you have?
Don't underestimate the power of enthusiasm.
Okay.
A genuine smile and a positive attitude can go a long way.
Enthusiasm is contagious.
It is.
It shows you're passionate.
Yes. Let the interviewer see that you're excited about the opportunity and eager to contribute.
And eager to learn and grow.
Yes.
And of course, the basics matter too.
Of course.
Dress professionally.
Yes.
Arrive on time.
Right.
Or even a bit early.
That's always good.
And just be polite and respectful.
To everyone you encounter.
To everyone that you encounter.
Remember, the interview process starts the moment you step into the building.
That's true. First impressions matter.
They do.
Okay, so before we wrap up, let's circle back to something we touched upon earlier.
Okay.
The ever-evolving world of welding technology.
So important to stay on top of the latest trends.
Right, because things are changing all the time.
They are.
Staying ahead of the curve is crucial for any skilled tradesperson.
Especially in a field like welding where innovation is constant.
Right.
So here's a final thought-provoking question to consider before your interview. What are some emerging trends in spot welding technology that you find particularly interesting or relevant to this role?
Ooh, that's a good one.
It's not just about showcasing what you currently know.
Right.
It's also about demonstrating your curiosity and that commitment to continuous learning.
Absolutely.
So you could mention advancements in automation and robotics, the use of new materials, or even the growing importance of data analysis in optimizing welding processes.
That's a good thing.
Researching those areas not only helps you prepare for the interview, but it also positions you as that forward-thinking candidate who's really invested in their craft.
That's great. So this deep dive has been incredibly insightful.
It has been.
I've learned a lot.
Yeah.
We've explored everything.
Everything.
From mastering those common interview questions to leveraging AI for personalized preparation.
Absolutely.
To understanding the work environment, career paths, and even the future of spot welding.
We've equipped you with the knowledge, the strategies, and the resources to not only ace that interview, but also launch a really successful and fulfilling career in this exciting world of welding.
You've got this.
You got this.
Go out there and show them what you're made of.
Show them.
We're cheering you on every step of the way.